Alright, in this video we are going to see how to create this animation effect using HTML and CSS. Fine, let's get started. To follow along, I'll leave the link of the source code which I am creating right now in the description so that you can start along with me. Now, to create this, we need three files: HTML file, CSS file, and one image, and it's all in the folder. Now let me start from scratch. The first thing what we need is we need HTML file. Let's save this file as demo.html, and let's create another file and call it as demo.css. Fine. Now exclamatory tab, and let's link the style sheet which we have created right now. Link, and the name of the style sheet is demo.css. Now I need font awesome, so let me just grab the font awesome CDN and use it over here. It is recommended to have the font awesome above and then our custom style below, custom style sheet below. Now for the HTML, let's create a card. Inside the card we need two direct child. The first one is image box, which will have image in a second, in this later somewhere after creating the content, and then the second direct child is content. Inside the content we have details, and inside the details we have the h3 and we'll name this a channel name, and then we have span, and inside the span we can give the designation, and then let's have the span let's have the div with social links, and this is going to hold the anchor tag along with the font awesome icon. Let me just copy paste it just to save time. So this is the HTML. Now let's get back to the CSS. The first thing what we need is the font, Google font, which I have downloaded from which I am using it as a CDN, which is Oswald. And then for all the element, remove the padding and margin, and for all the element, let's add the font called Oswald. Now let me show you how does this look. We have named the file as demo.html. So this is how it looks. Now let's start creating the body. Let's give the background color for the body as 333. Refresh it. This is how it looks. Then let's give the height and width as 100% of the screen. Vertical height, width 100, vertical width. Refresh it. Now let's place this at the center. Display flex, align items center, justify content center. Take this at the center. Now let's design the card. Just give the height and width according to the image. The image height is 300 pixel for me. 3, I guess. Let me copy paste it. I just forgot the height and width of the image. It's simply 300 by 320. Then let's give the background color white just to see what it actually looks like. So this is how it looks. Then inside the card we have two direct child. The first one is image box, we'll create it later on. The second one is the content. We have to give the width and height as 100% of the screen size, sorry, 100% of the container. Here the container is card. Height is also going to be 100%. Refreshes. This is how it looks. And then we have details. So let's make the container as position relative, because we are going to make the details as position absolute, left 0, top 0, and width and height is going to be 100%. 100% in the sense it's going to take the container height and width, and I want this to be at the center. So what all contents inside the details, I want it to be at the center. Now we got it, but I want this to be one below the other. Flex direction column, now it's one below the other. Now let's design the h3. Font size 25 pixel seems to be so much. Well, we'll leave it as it is. Then we have span tag. We'll have the color as red. Then we have social links. Let's make this display flex so that whatever is there inside, it would be side by side. In this case, anchor tag is going to be side by side. Then inside social links we have anchor tag, so let's color the anchor tag as red, and let's make the background color as white. And just to get the space between the anchor tag, let's keep padding 5 pixel. Now if you see, this is how it looks. You can increase the font size, and for now let's just add the margin. Cool. Now let's increase the font size of the icons, 20 pixel. Cool. If you want, you can increase it by 7. Now let's get the image and have it inside the image box. The image name is simply img.jpg. So let's call this image box over here. The card is the container. Let's get the height and width of the container. So we are going to have the animation to the image. Since we are going to have animation to the image, we need to have perspective and transform. We need to give perspective, transform perspective as 1000 pixel, because you know it is going to we are going to make this as 3D. So again, to have this transform, we need one important property, which is transform style. Preserve 3D. This will only work, sorry, this perspective will only work if you have this property and value. Cool. Now let's have image box. Then inside we have image. What we can do is, let's grab this height and width and give object fit cover, so that it covers the entire card. Now I want the image box to be position relative. If you see, we have missed for the details. We have to make position absolute. Left 0, top 0. So it would be actually we have it. Let me see what is the thing that is causing error. So we have to give this to the content. Let's see, and we got it. Now we have to make this thing go below. So for that, let's have the z index. Now it's just the hover effect left. So when I hover on the card, I want the image box image. So when I hover on the card, the image box image should have translate, transform, translate. It's not translate. So let me show you. Translate y of We need to rotate this on y-axis by 180 degree. Just refresh it. So this is on hover. So let's add transition to the image. 0.5 is, refresh it. So I think let's pick the card and check where the card is. Here it's card. So if I over, it should change. So the content is taking the full width. It should not take the full width, it should take only the card. So to make this, we have to give position absolute here, sorry, position relative here. Cool. Now we can rotate this, and we can make this transform origin as left. But we have to make this again transition 0.5 second. Let's make this as negative 180 degree. Still loading, and it should work. Okay, it is taking too much time to load. By the time, let's make the card move again. Let's take the card. So let's add transition effect to the card as well. So when I hover, I want it to rotate by 5 degree. And then translate x of 100 pixel. This is it. If I hover, as you see, the translate is working but rotate is not working. Let us remove y, and now if you see, if I hover, this is how it is. We can give negative rotation, and that would work. I think the scope of this video is done. Thank you so much for listening.